What if I told you your brand tracking data might be misled by millions? That overclaiming in your surveys could drastically inflate key metrics, costing your brand time and money? Hello, I'm Steph Clapham, Director of Research at Latana. Today, I'm excited to share some insights from our latest study exploring how extensive acquiescence bias is in brand research and how it can be mitigated. One of the most common and most damaging biases in brand research is acquiescence bias. This is when survey respondents, whether consciously or not, tend to lean toward providing positive answers, especially when they're unsure. In practice, this can lead to inflated brand awareness claims. For instance, it's not uncommon to see 5% of respondents claiming they've purchased a product when actual sales data shows it should be closer to 0.1%. In the context of enterprise-level insights, this is more than just a data anomaly. It's a threat to accurate decision-making. The impact is compounded when respondents who falsely claim to know a brand are asked more detailed questions, leading to inaccurate insights further down your funnel. This is especially damaging when it comes to tracking key performance indicators, KPIs, like brand consideration and perception, based on unreliable awareness data. This issue isn't just a small-scale problem. It disproportionately affects smaller brands or those with lower awareness. Even minor errors in reported awareness can cause massive shifts in your data, leading to misleading conclusions about market penetration. To dive deeper into this issue, we conducted a large-scale test across 20 markets with over 860,000 respondents globally to track acquiescence bias. We implemented an effective method to capture overclaim behavior, a fake brand test that mimics the design of real brand questions without respondents knowing it's a test. Respondents who claim to know this fake brand are flagged for overclaim behavior. By including an option for not sure answers, we also minimize accidental awareness of the fake brand, ensuring that only the most conclusive data, those who said yes to the fake brand, is used to measure bias. Here's what we found when we put the test into play. Countries like Japan, Sweden, and Denmark had the lowest rates of overclaiming, with less than 3% of respondents falsely claiming brand awareness. But in contrast, countries like Israel, India, and China showed overclaim rates of up to 15%. But it's not just about geography. We also saw significant variation by age, gender, and income. Younger demographics, particularly those between 18 and 25, were the most prone to overclaiming. In the US, Germany, and Israel, younger people showed the highest levels of bias. And interestingly, men were more likely to overclaim than women, by about 65%. While this was consistent across most markets, countries like China, Israel, and Portugal showed particularly large gender gaps. Income also plays a role. Higher income groups in China, India, Germany, Belgium, and Poland showed higher rates of overclaim behavior. However, in countries like Norway and Israel, the reverse was true, with lower income respondents more likely to show bias. Given that we saw such vast differences in acquiescence bias across countries, we then wanted to explore the impact this has on the resulting brand data. We tested the awareness results of sports brands on 1,000 people in India, a country where we measured one of the highest rates of acquiescence bias. For brands like Skechers, we saw a 7% drop in reported awareness once bias was corrected. For New Balance and Saucony, the drops were even more significant, 10% and 11% respectively. In some cases, this meant that nearly 2/3 of reported awareness was based on overclaiming. For brands like Saucony, that 10% drop represents millions of people falsely claiming awareness, up to 100 million people in some cases. Even minor overclaiming distorts market size estimates, potentially affecting your product strategy and targeting decisions. Correcting for acquiescence bias isn't just a nice to have. It's essential for high-quality insights that are accurate, comparable, and actionable. At Latana, we've made this correction a standard part of every survey to ensure better comparability across markets, even in countries with drastically different bias rates. Prevent inflated key metrics, especially for smaller brands, by ensuring your awareness data is grounded in reality. Increase the accuracy of funnel metrics by starting with a cleaner awareness dataset, so every metric that follows is based on accurate insights. Latana, brand tracking you can trust.